Night after dinner, we were sitting on our porch area overlooking the ocean, and it was me and Susie and my mom sitting down, and that's when she first disclosed that she'd been texting Dr. Doug Weiss. Me and Susie were just completely shocked, because this is Dr. Doug Weiss, the guy that has a marriage and counseling ministry, a counseling center like to heal and restore marriages. We had no idea that he was even divorced, much less talking to my mom. He was like a giddy teenager running out to like answer the call. But she was trying to keep it on the down low because she hadn't told anyone besides me or Susie that she was talking to Doug at that time.
Joni Lamb and Dr. Doug Weiss's relationship has become quite the topic of conversation, sparking discussions about love, grief, and the complexities of moving on after loss. When Marcus Lamb passed away in November 2021, the world saw his widow, Joni, navigate the difficult road of grief. Losing a spouse is an immeasurable heartbreak, and for many, the journey back to a place of hope and companionship takes time. That's why the swift progression of her relationship with Dr. Doug Weiss left many people surprised, if not outright skeptical. Dr. Weiss himself was in the midst of his own personal transition, still entangled in his divorce when whispers of his romance with Joni began. Their relationship seemed to unfold at a remarkable pace, so quickly, in fact, that many in their community questioned whether fate had truly brought them together or if something behind the scenes had propelled them forward. Some saw it as a beautiful testimony of moving on and finding joy after tragedy, while others wondered whether the timing seemed premature. Navigating new love while the wounds of the past are still fresh is never simple. For public figures like Joni and Dr. Weiss, the scrutiny is even more intense. Were they simply following their hearts, or was their union influenced by other pressures? The discussion surrounding their relationship isn't just about them. It taps into broader questions about the appropriate time to heal after loss, the challenges of romance under the public eye, and how faith and personal conviction play a role in matters of the heart. Whatever the answers may be, one thing remains certain. Their love story is marked by both passion and lingering questions.
Mom put the down payment for the honeymoon 2 months before she was even engaged. That just shows you how quickly she was working towards this marriage, that she had already decided to plan her honeymoon before the engagement. So they get engaged December 31st of 2022. There was just a lot of secrecy and deception around the relationship.
Of moving on after heartbreak. When Marcus Lamb passed away in November 2021, people expected his widow, Joni, to take time to grieve and heal. Losing a spouse after years of partnership isn't just emotional, it's life-altering. But in an unexpected twist, just months later, Doug Weiss filed for divorce from his wife, Lisa, after more than 30 years of marriage. By May 2022, his divorce was finalized. Then, the story took another interesting turn. By August 2022, rumors were swirling that Joni and Doug were seeing each other romantically. Things moved quickly, almost too quickly for some. By October, Joni had already put down a deposit for their honeymoon, before they had even announced an engagement. Then, in December 2022, they made it official, publicly revealing their engagement. It's a whirlwind timeline, but here's where things get even more complicated. Some sources suggest their relationship may have started before Doug's divorce was finalized. If true, that would mean Doug, a man known for his marriage counseling ministry, was already emotionally involved with Joni while still legally married. This revelation left many people raising their eyebrows. Joni's own daughter shared a moment that added to the intrigue. She recalled sitting on a porch with her mom, overlooking the ocean, when Joni casually admitted she'd been texting Doug Weiss. Susie and her sister were completely taken aback. At the time, Doug was still known as a marriage counselor, and they had no idea he was even divorced. It was a shocking moment that made them question everything. This relationship isn't just about two people finding love, it's about timing, transparency, and public perception. Was their connection truly an organic, faith-driven union, or did it develop under circumstances that others might find questionable? For some, it's a heartwarming story of finding love after loss. For others, it raises difficult questions about how relationships should begin, especially when previous commitments are still unresolved. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain, this love story has sparked conversations that won't be fading anytime soon.
Overlooking the beach on the patio, she said that she's interested in Doug. However, she wants to do the honorable thing and make sure that he and Lisa can go through counseling just to make sure there's not like a last-ditch effort to, I guess, reconcile their marriage. And he's counseled with Doug, with Lisa, and with my mother, and knew all the details that she did, and she clearly saw the spirit of deception that was on my mother.
Joni Lamb and Dr. Doug Weiss's relationship has certainly sparked plenty of conversations, and with good reason. On the surface, Joni seemed to want to handle things the right way. She claimed that before moving forward with Doug, she wanted to make sure that he and his wife, Lisa, had truly tried every possible way to save their marriage. That sounds honorable, doesn't it? But when you dig deeper, there are lingering questions about whether that was really the full story. One particular moment raised eyebrows: their appearance together on an April 2022 episode of Ministry Now. At the time, Doug's divorce hadn't yet been finalized, yet there he was, sharing the screen with Joni, laughing and appearing completely at ease. For many viewers, the episode seemed innocent at first glance, but given everything that followed, people started wondering, just how close were Joni and Doug during that time? Were they merely friends, or was there something more brewing before the public even knew? And then, something even stranger happened. That particular episode mysteriously vanished from Daystar's website. Deleted. Gone. This only added fuel to the speculation. Why remove it? Was it simply routine website maintenance, or was there something in that episode that Daystar didn't want people revisiting? Some critics believe the network was trying to erase any trace of their early connection to avoid further controversy. For some, all of this is just speculation, a mix of coincidences that don't necessarily mean anything. But for others, these little details add up, making them question the true timeline of their relationship and whether everything was as smooth and transparent as it was portrayed.
Well, we are honored to welcome back psychologist and founder of Heart to Heart Counseling as I'm getting a tongue twister
Heart
here.
to Heart Counseling.
Heart to Heart. I'm going to try and speak American. Heart to Heart Counseling. And he's going to help us with these topics. Would you please welcome Dr. Doug Weiss. Welcome back to Daystar.
Well, it's good to be here.
It's been a little while since you've been here.
Yes, it's been a little bit.
How's it going? How you been? How's Colorado?
Colorado's awesome. It's fantastic. There's no allergies. The air's clear. It's wonderful.
We may have a little more freedom here in Texas, though, than you do in Colorado.
Yeah. Well, I'm free no matter where I am.
Rumors surrounding Joni Lamb and Dr. Doug Weiss's relationship have gone beyond just speculation about their timeline. Now, allegations of inappropriate texting have entered the conversation. Word spread that shortly after Marcus Lamb's passing, Joni and Doug exchanged flirtatious or even explicit messages, fueling whispers that their relationship was moving at lightning speed behind the scenes. Joni, however, has been adamant that this is absolutely untrue. She has publicly stated, "The idea that Doug sexted me is a complete lie." She insists that their relationship developed in a respectful way, claiming that they didn't even share a kiss until they were officially engaged. But despite her firm denial, some people remain skeptical. The doubts come from a few places. First, there's the undeniable fact that their relationship advanced incredibly fast, faster than most expected, especially considering Doug's recent divorce. Then, there's the leaked audio. While the details of this audio remain murky, its mere existence has led some to wonder if there was more going on than either Joni or Doug were willing to admit.
Lisa? So all 36 years, obviously, she wasn't an option. You go through Poppy's house. You go to Poppy's house, she goes to Poppy's house. She all of a sudden she has an epiphany, like, I can maybe work this out. At that time, you turn your heart off. I'm not going to work it out. But again, right, but I'm saying that still, I believe as a Christian, especially those that are in ministry and have a counseling center, you should be held to a higher standard. You should do whatever it takes to work it out with your wife.
She's accepted that. She's never, after the first, after August, then when February came, once we started going through the divorce, she really wasn't kind of moving through like wanting to warm up. She really accepted what she felt.
And also at that time, Joni Lamb was in the picture.
In the book. I didn't want the details. I don't want the details. I want to move on to the next point.
This was the intricacies.
No, Jonathan did.
That's all right. We don't have to go into the details. It's fine.
No, I'm just going to read a couple of these because we opened it up, so let's do it. Before kids, she was busy at work or with exercising, then she became busy with the kids. She's busy on
Dog's book.
vacation, busy on her phone, busy reading. basically I've heard I'm busy my entire marriage. I think the painful part for me began after I came to know what intimacy anorexia is. My wife too knows what her sickness is and how to cure it. However, she refuses.
Was it simply friendly communication, or was something happening beneath the surface that contradicts Joni's claims? More than just a personal matter, this situation has raised ethical concerns. Doug was known for his work in marriage counseling, guiding couples through struggles and helping them rebuild trust. If any part of the allegations were true, it would put his professional credibility into question. How does a marriage counselor navigate his own divorce while reportedly engaging in another relationship? And how does that affect the people who once looked to him for guidance? Of course, at the heart of all this is the question, what is true and what is just speculation? Some believe Joni and Doug's explanations wholeheartedly, seeing their relationship as a new beginning built on faith and love. Others remain unconvinced, still questioning whether everything unfolded as cleanly as they claim. Whatever the case, this love story continues to raise eyebrows and fuel discussions that don't seem to be dying down anytime soon. Doug Weiss spent years counseling couples through their marital struggles, offering advice, guidance, and encouragement to help save relationships. Yet, behind the scenes, his own marriage was falling apart, and he never disclosed his divorce to the very people who trusted him for wisdom on staying together. To many, this felt like a major contradiction. How could a man known for championing strong marriages fail to be open about the breakdown of his own? Critics argue this was more than just an oversight, it was a breach of trust. Then, there's the proposal. Doug has shared that he felt divinely inspired to propose to Joni Lamb at the iconic Empire State Building, complete with a Tiffany ring. A grand, cinematic moment, but was it truly God's will, or was it an intentional move to frame their relationship as something pure and preordained despite the lingering questions? For some, it was romantic and symbolic. For others, it seemed like a carefully crafted moment designed to add legitimacy to their whirlwind relationship. And here's another angle. Was Joni simply searching for a new life partner, or did she also see Doug as the perfect co-host for ministry now? Some speculate she wasn't just seeking love, but also looking for someone who could fill the void left by her late husband, Marcus, both in her personal life and in her ministry. Was there an unspoken encouragement for Doug to step away from his marriage because Joni saw him as the ideal successor, not just romantically, but professionally? Adding to the intrigue is Daystar's silence. Despite all the speculation, the network has chosen not to address the controversy publicly. For an organization built on faith-based values, this lack of transparency feels unsettling to many observers. Shouldn't a network committed to truth be willing to confront tough questions? Their unwillingness to speak only fuels more doubts. So, what do you think? Is this a story of love and destiny, or is there more beneath the surface than what's being acknowledged? Let's hear your thoughts. Please remember to like and subscribe for more videos.